The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
I'm Marvelous.
I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start this show.
Show.
Like, comment, subscribe. All platforms, all streaming platforms possible.
All of that.
Apple, Spotify, Google, you name it, we there. Amazon. Website, podicalsons.com. You can get updates, merch, all the above episodes are over there as well.
Yes, they are.
Links and stuff to the YouTube Podical Sons. You can check us out on YouTube at Podical Sons or /Podical Sons. You'll find us. And yeah, let's start the show. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, my brother. I'm feeling good. I jinxed us last week with the mentioning of the white stuff. And I want to apologize.
That's all good.
So
That's all good.
I want to apologize.
You know, the funny thing too was that when you mentioned it,
Yeah.
I didn't really check for the fucking weather until at that time.
Right.
When I seen it coming down for the weekend, everybody's talking about snowmageddon and all that type of stuff. I was like, bastard. And then even like yesterday with the piece and stuff for there yesterday, I'm like, oh, there's little flurries coming down. I was like, bastard. This is a tailwind from that.
Yeah.
It was crucial though, but I mean, you should expect this living in the North.
Yeah.
They call Canada the Great White North for a fucking reason, and it never ceases to
This
fail.
is true. And I mean, granted, we could have probably had a lot more than we had.
Shut the fuck up. You lost your privileges. The talk podcast shit. That's not. You're not allowed to talk. We're supposed to get a lot more. Who cares? Shout out to global warming. Okay, forgive me these mild ass Januaries. I, Marv, do not care. Mother Nature. I know it might be kind of messed up and stuff, whatever. But let my great grandchildren deal with that shit. Right now, I just want to live.
Madre.
Let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun.
You ready?
All right,
Let's
let's do it. Let's do it.
So 2 polls for the week. First poll is which goes first in the bowl? Milk or cereal?
I got cereal on this one.
I got cereal too. You got some wild ass cereal people and stuff, whatever, where one cereal person told me in the past.
Right.
They said, you have to put the cereal in the milk first just to see where you, they said every bowl is not created equally. So they said,
okay.
Every cereal, I think they were saying first, they said, Cinnamon Toast Crunch and, what is it? Graham cracker. It's like a graham cracker type of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Golden Grams?
Golden Grams. So they kind of look similar.
Right.
He's like, they're not created equally. So he's like, don't go in that bitch and stuff thinking like you can put the same amount of cereal in and stuff and it's still got the same kind of milk to cereal ratio.
Right.
And I was like, huh. And then I remember the Golden Grams and stuff, whatever. Like, I went to somebody's house and they had some.
Yeah.
I was like, I never had that cereal. I tried it before. It's like, this motherfucker absorbed all the milk. I legit did this.
Yeah.
And it took a long time for the milk to even kind of raise. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you pour bitch is already starting to float.
Yeah.
So I was like,
So it depends on the density of the cereal.
Right. And then much as from the West Indian Jamaican culture and stuff like that, you got the cornflakes folk.
Mm-hmm.
So the cornflake folk and stuff, they do that dance where they'll do the condensed milk and water and sugar water.
Mm-hmm.
Mix all that up and everything. Then put the cornflakes and stuff on top to make it taste like Frosted Flakes instead of buying fucking Frosted Flakes that's already covered in sugar. Make it make sense.
I mean, sometimes you gotta be innovative.
Struggle is real. But I do understand the people who do heat up their milk, warm up their milk to a degree,
right? And
they'll put that in and stuff for them first. That's the microwave folk.
Okay.
I think I don't know if anybody's heating up milk like that anymore, like on the stove.
See, when I used to have warm cereal, I used to heat the milk up on the stove. Yeah. The old school way.
You're showing your age.
Yeah.
You're definitely showing your age with that shit.
And that was definitely cereal in the bowl. Then you poured the milk from the pot on top of the cereal. Yeah.
Oh, so you still put the cereal in the...
It's still cereal still in the bowl.
Oh, say less. Say less. We already got it then. There you go. The next poll of the week says, would you kill for your spouse? How you feel about that one?
I mean, it depends on the situation. I mean, I don't want to, shed no blood if she's out here being Joe or Ted Bundy or one of the serial killers.
What if you found out she was like Ted?
I'd have to sleep with one eye open.
Because 80% said they would kill for their spouse and 20% said he wouldn't kill for their spouse. Right. Let's say this. The asshole in me always feels like the women who Ted Bundy killed was different set of women.
They were different.
The reason why they were different is because at the time, like even, to this day, how many female mechanics do you know?
I don't know any.
Car mechanics?
I don't know any.
Like, I might know a woman and stuff that can change a tire.
Right.
I think a friend of mine, he dated a woman who her father owned like a shop.
Yeah.
So she knew how to do oil changes and all that type of stuff and everything, and it was dope.
Yeah.
Right? So she learned that stuff basically from her father, but that's in the minority. Now, with Ted Bundy and these lovely women, he drove, I think, a Volkswagen Golf. What is it? Like something like that around that time? It's like an old Volkswagen Mobile.
One of the older Volkswagens.
Older Volkswagens.
Right.
And the catchphrase was, excuse me, miss, I'm having a little car problems. Could you help me? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? And it was like in the 70s? How many female mechanics were there in the 70s? If a man is to say, could you help me with my car?
Right.
Why are you going over there?
I don't know why she's going over there.
But then when I mentioned it, I mentioned it to a woman and stuff, and she's like, you're sexist and everything. I'm like, yes, I am. But explain to me how many female mechanics were there then, much as even we're in progressive times.
We're in progressive times.
And we still don't see that many of them.
I don't know. I told you I don't know any.
Okay. So I was like, not saying his killing was right or justifiable, but I mean, come on. You don't have too much in the dome piece and stuff, whatever there. I look at it stuff, I would kill for my spouse. The reason why I say I would kill for my spouse, not on some Ted Bundy shit. If she was on some Ted Bundy shit, whatever, I would just hope she don't kill me.
You just hope she don't kill you and just leave it at that.
Or I'll drop a different kind of dime if I feel like my life is being threatened. So like I might go to work that day and she like, don't fuck around, honey.
Right.
See the other bodies and stuff we had to bury and everything like that. Like, don't worry, your secret's safe from me. Pay phone booth call, hello. So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna set up the sting operation. I'm gonna be having dinner.
The sting.
Yeah, because you can't look fully guilty.
No, you can't look really guilty.
Like even like when I see like they have like the undercover shit in the shows.
Yeah.
First of all, if I'm an undercover cop, you're gonna arrest me, just like you arrest all of them.
Yes.
You're gonna put me in the same car and every fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to the station, you bring them to one interrogation room, and once they in the interrogation room, you take my cuffs off then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna Donnie Brasco this shit where everybody else is in handcuffs and you're not there and you're like, oh, you're a snake? I knew I should have killed you when I had the chance.
Yeah. None of that.
I would kill for my woman. The reason why I say I would kill for my woman, because I look at my wife.
Right.
Not girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not someone I'm courting.
No.
My wife. Ownership.
Yeah.
She owns me, I own her.
Right.
And it has to be a justifiable cause where I felt like her life was being threatened.
Okay, yeah.
And I had to do what I had to do to keep her safe.
You had to take care of the situation.
I had to take care of the situation. The black Liam Nielsen.
Mm.
Now, she's cheating on me.
It's a different scenario.
And she's like, I really want to end everything with him, but I just don't know how to break it off.
Right.
Might kill her ass. I'm not too sure.
Or both.
Or both. Or both. I don't want to look like a full suspect of the whole thing. Because you ever watch those murder mystery shit? Not even murder mystery, like the documentaries or like those things like what I'm talking about, the killers.
Yeah,
They'd be
yeah.
like, they had an estranged relationship. I'm like, who is she snitching? Like, who is she talking to?
In a strange
Yeah, they'll say like she wanted to leave, but she didn't have the courage to leave,
Right.
and he was so controlling.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, I can't kill you today because I found out and stuff,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna get you. I don't know when, but I will hopefully in a peaceful time.
Sleep with one eye open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both parties. Both parties. Well, yeah, let's get to some things. So, the month of January had a lot of song and dance between, let's say, the police departments of the state of Tennessee.
What's up with the state of Tennessee in January? That was
Well, there's the veggies and there's dessert. Which do you want first?
all right. Let's go with veggies first.
All right,
Let's go with veggies.
So the veggies is R.I.P. Tyre Nichols.
R.I.P.
29-year-old black man who was stopped by the cops and things took an extreme turn for the worse.
What was it? Was it a traffic he was stopped for?
Traffic stop.
Traffic stop.
Alleged traffic stop. Because they said even after they fired the 5 police officers and stuff, whatever, they said that when they're reviewing the body cam stuff,
Right.
they don't see any violations and stuff in there. But in that neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the Memphis department, they have, oh my gosh, I'm fucking up again. It's called Sting. Scorpion Unit.
Scorpion Unit. Okay.
Street crimes. I had it.
Right. You had the O.
I had it. Street crime operation. Oh, fuck. I'm fucking it up again. But basically, with the Scorpion Unit, they did stuff like ride stops similar to here.
Okay.
And they kind of did more surveillance and stuff, whatever, to like the neighborhoods and community. Because even
Right.
one of the footages that you were seeing,
Yeah.
because it's a crime area ridden kind of high.
Okay. So it's from like a cam. They got
One
like
of the
a
cam
camera
footage and
posted
stuff.
on the block.
Exactly.
Okay.
So one of the cams on the block caught everything and stuff from that angle and stuff as well, including the body cams.
Got it.
Because that area and stuff is kind of high ridden with crime.
Right.
And murders and everything and stuff like that too, right? So according to the cameras, there's no violation. But they had the ride thing kind of set up.
Yeah.
Then I guess they probably took him for another type of person and everything like that. And I employ everybody to watch the video and make your own judgment and stuff like that. Don't let the Podical Sons curve your bias on it. But from my personal opinion, the man did nothing wrong.
Right. And we've witnessed extreme excessive force.
Numerous angles.
Right.
Numerous angles. Because I heard the compilation of everything, there's over an hour of footage from all body cams.
Okay.
So like the collective of body cams stuff for like the time frame,
Yeah.
numerous. They said like at least an hour to close to an hour and a half of
Of body cam footage plus the
correct.
eye in the sky.
So he didn't. To what I seen, he didn't do anything wrong. And
Right.
anybody in fear of their life, you're gonna do and say and act a manner.
Yeah.
Because I think we come away from the George Floyd situation where we're stressing a lot of times to especially black people
Mhm.
to comply with the police.
Yeah.
And again, you still have a sect of black people saying like, regardless of the fact they're gonna kill us if we comply or not.
Right.
And this is case in point for them.
Yeah.
Right.
This is case in point for them. And I just want to go a little bit further and just say not only black people should, be as cooperative as possible. White people, I mean, y'all might want to consider it too, because prior to this, 2 weeks ago, I seen a white police officer, gun down a white person who was unarmed, had his hands up, and literally just got confused over the list of demands this officer was giving him. So he just got confused and he kind of moved twitchy, and that was the end of his life. So it's a hard thing to watch, man. It's a hard thing to watch when you're in full compliance and you still can lose your life.
It's heartbreaking for me. I'll speak for myself because I look at this up as where it's like these white cops are always killing the black. This time it's not white men. This time it's black men.
Yeah.
Black men who are actually younger than said victim. Right? A good portion of them and stuff were way younger, not way younger, but I want to say over 5 years.
Okay.
Younger than said victim. He was 29 when he died.
29. And
there was officers and stuff that was like 23, 22, 23.
Wow.
And stuff like that. Right. That took his life. Or gave him injuries to make him succumb to losing his life. So my issue or my question and stuff is that I've never seen them move so swift to fire the police officers.
Right.
Never like in history and stuff so far. So I'm thinking, is it more of a progressive change because of what we learned from like the George Floyd situations, and if justice is not really, I want to say, justice is not conveyed to the people, then riots and everything might pop off and fuck up some shit, or they're just firing them because they're black that fast.
I think it's maybe a mixture of both. I think leading up to this fatality, you had the police board, the unions slow to drag their feet and slow to charge any officer that may have been involved in any sort of crime. Now, I always look at it from the perspective of Boys in Blue, Blue Shield, and the Brotherhood, right? There's always some sort of length of protection that's always kind of just thrown to them. So whenever you're demanding that these officers should be charged, you always hear, well, we gotta see the entire thing in its entirety before we make a case, right? So these things could take months. Sometimes we see for an investigation to happen,
right?
For them to even look at something,
right? A
lot of that shit is red tape tied up on behalf of the officers, right? We've witnessed so much of it now that we're sick to the point that after all that red tape has been done away with, you finally come around to charging the officers. We're mad as hell because it should have happened a long time ago, right?
Right.
And we say it only happens because of the racial disparity. These are white cops, the victims are black.
Right.
Right? Well, now the dynamic is totally different. Now you have black officers and the victim being black, right? So, okay. Cue the call to action. First and foremost, you're the police board, you're the police union, you're involved in that world. What are they going to say to you if you don't rush to go and charge these black guys, these black officers? White people might have a problem with it. White people might be like, oh, well, when black people are complaining about the white officers, y'all are, you know what I mean? You guys fight and do something, you guys fight to do something and then eventually it gets done. What are you going to do now with these black officers? Then the flip side to that is that these white officers, they afford the Blue Shield protection. They afford the union leaders looking out for them because a lot of times the union leaders, 9 times out of 10, probably white and look like them anyway. So they feel like, hey, we are afforded this protection. You need to give it to us. We're these black officers. I don't think they're looked at it at the same way. I don't think they're looked at in the same light. I was watching this thing the other day where they were saying I can't remember which police department it was, but he was saying, yo, it looked segregated. The white officers hung out with the white officers. The black officers hung out with the black officers. The Hispanic officers hung out with the Hispanic officers. Like within the police department, it was already segregated, right? So now I need to look good. We need to look like we're solving cases. If we know that there ain't nobody leaping to defend these black officers or willing to even want to give them the benefit of the doubt before even seeing anything, we can go ahead and just jump right into proceedings. We don't have to worry about any type of backlash, nothing, this, that, and the third. We can really look like we're proactive because we know ain't nothing going to come out on their behalf as far as protection is concerned.
I feel like, okay, so I have friends and family that's in Memphis.
Okay.
Right? And they said the place in America that has the most black people is Atlanta. I heard T.I. say one day Atlanta is the new Wakanda.
Right.
Right? The place that has the most white people like popping and stuff and flourishing and everything is Nashville.
Right.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Right.
They said all the black people live in Memphis.
Right.
So what did the guy call it? Memphrica? Like Memphis, Africa. Like there's that many black people and stuff whatever there. So it's not benign or for you to think that like, okay, the police region there would be white. Because even the police chief was a black woman.
Okay.
Right? So I look at it stuff as like, it's there. I think it's probably more predominantly black police officers there.
Right.
Than it would be in other places and stuff like that. So I feel like the union aspect and everything, don't know, but it might be more predominantly like, black run compared to that. If they're looking to like make examples out of people and everything from the police side, yeah, these guys are prime example. One, they were on this thing called the Scorpion Unit.
Right.
And after this situation, that's now been dismantled. There's no more Scorpion Unit now.
Right.
Right? Because they're looking like, oh, now they have to look back on all the previous cases with,
of course,
set 5 officers and stuff and questioning.
Of course.
To how far and everything and convictions as well. So this should open up a whole nother can of worms. With the racial aspect of the cops and the boys in blue and everything, you're absolutely right. It happens, but that statement has now gone out the window when it comes to this situation.
Right.
So what do you say? Like, what do we say now? Because we're at a loss for words. You're looking like, it's those white cops. Now it's black cops.
Right.
What's the argument now? It's the boys in the blue. Well, do we still go back to the defunding police talk? Do we go to the sensitivity training? Because we're now going to, I want to say, maybe we'll probably make precisely like 3 years since George Floyd and since now all this talk about changes has happened. Has shit happened or has shit changed in so many police precincts and districts and stuff across America compared to now?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's changed at all.
So it's not, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not really a racial thing. It's a systemic thing.
No, it's not a racial thing.
It's a systemic.
It's 100%. With this footage and this incident happening, you can tell it's a systemic thing. And I want to say, I did think sensitivity training is a call for order. I still think it's a call for order, but I also think they need to train these guys how to not abuse their power. Because I think a lot of these situations is I'm not sure if it's a lack of sensitivity more than abuse of power.
How? Give me an example. How would you even initial that, like as a training thing? Like, what is that, a shrink? They sit with a shrink and tell you what, not to abuse your power? What is it, like a regular leader, previous police chief or something like that telling you that?
I think you gotta be trained to realize that even though you're a police officer, you still have to follow the law. You still have to abide by the law, and you still have to abide by common practices. Sure, racing to the Dairy Queen, you might throw on your cherries because it's harmless to cut through traffic right? But that's still breaking the law. You know what I mean? Like that you're abusing your power.
Mhm.
That's on the small side of things, right? But here you are now, 5 of you, regular traffic stop. You beat the brakes off of this dude.
Mhm.
They did that because they were feeling themselves. They're feeling the fact that they're police officers and they can do it. And 9 times out of 10, they see officers get away with doing it.
So I think in the beginning aspect, how they manhandled him and pulled him out the car,
Yeah.
I think it was more abuse of power.
Right.
Then I think after when they tried to taser him and everything and he took off running and stuff like that, I think it was more of a save face kind of attacking after that, because it's kind of like, you've now just shamed me.
Right.
Yes, I have my body cam on, but now you have just shamed me now because you basically got away, and so many of us, and there's only one of you, and you took off running.
Yeah.
Now, whatever, right? So that's why, like, there was one part in the video where it was like, get him up! And he, like, literally punched him in his head. So I was like, you're only doing that because he bounced on your ass.
Yeah. That's it.
So, yeah. I don't know, because I don't know, like, even how would you... Because, okay, you minus a police officer. How do you tell somebody like Elon Musk he's abusing his power? What kind of training would you do? Elon Musk went in this bitch and stuff for it, like in Twitter, shut down shit. First of all, he went in Twitter, shut down some stuff and everything. Like, we know because you have money, you have power, you're
Right.
flexing these type of things. What kind of training would you give to a person like that? I'm not saying the cops are like, have Elon Musk money, but they have probably like that. They feel like they have that kind of power.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
see, it's got to be within industries where it can be regulated, right? And has regulations. Like, what is the regulatory body for the internet besides what's the FCC and the broadcast? Otherwise, like, they would have to do something, right? And it would have to be within their power, right? Like for instance, again, Elon Musk, right? If he says something in regards to either hurt a business or to draw attention to business, he can get pulled up from the SEC, and he has been, right? But that's in the financial world. The financial body has a regulatory body that oversees these things. There's rules and regulations that are put in place that even a person with Elon's stature and money can't escape. He's not above that.
So who's the body for the police officers then?
It's either got to be the police board or the union. It's got to be someone where the rules come from top down.
I don't feel like it should come from the union, because I feel like the union and stuff is more to protect them.
The union, it wouldn't come from the union. But at the same time, the union also has to be there to say, hey, realize we can only protect you to a certain extent. If you break these rules and regulations, there's nothing we can do about that. Our duty is to make sure that you understand what those rules and regulations are. If there's ways to circumvent it, we might show you that. But just know that they're in place for a reason.
It sounds pretty on paper.
It sounds pretty on paper.
Because I don't think that would, like, there's something within that whole system of the boys in blue,
right?
That in any case, it's always been the abuse of power, and I want to say the psychological training aspect. Because I look at it as where I even look at like driver's license things.
Right.
A motherfucker will get their driver's license, like before they go for the driver's license, they prepare. They do all the right proper turns, the right parallel parking, the merging and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And after they get their license, they go to shit.
Of course.
So I feel like if they add in something like every 5 years or 7 years, they just get like like jury duty. They slap something in your box,
right,
and say, hey, you got to retest for your driving skills and shit like that. You have such and such days to book it, and if not, you lose your license.
Right.
A motherfucker will, the driving skills will beef up.
Yeah.
The driving mannerism stuff will beef up, and a lot of things will shift within the road.
Right.
And I feel like, congratulations, you've now passed police academy. You are now a police officer. When do we do more training for you, or make sure, like, you know, all right, you done seen some shit.
Right.
I have a friend who's a cop. He just became a cop, and he done seen a lot of shit.
Right.
He's been a police officer about a year.
Yeah.
And he's seen tons of shit. The man said he saw like sockets hanging out, eyeballs hanging out sockets and stuff like that, rape scenes, all the above. And I keep telling him, like, if you want to talk, let's talk. So you can decompress some of that shit and you don't bring it home to your house.
Right.
Because that's a lot to take in. So think about it, day in, day out, you're seeing all of this now.
All of that.
And this is accumulations building up and everything till you get to this point where, like, you've been abusing your power. Like, okay, look, we seen Training Day.
Mm-hmm.
Good cop, bad cop. And the bad cop, you might get trained by a bad cop and everything. And then from day one, your whole world of regimen is more tailored to the bad cop now.
Right.
What's to stop you from doing bad shit?
Right.
And I feel like there's something in there that has to like go in there and say like, all right, whatever board, I don't know, or something be like, hey, every few years, we're going to randomly select a few.
Yeah.
Internal affairs maybe or something like that. Pull the motherfucker up like, hey, so we're looking into some of your shit. We're just doing audits.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're doing audits and stuff for them. If this look a little dodgy and everything like that, and if shit don't check out, we're going to have to free you up.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, word would spread after you get a few, and hopefully the union don't shoot the shit down.
No, I think that's needed. I think that's definitely needed. Training and then like refresher courses. Because it is easy to fall into bad habits.
It's very easy.
It's easy to forget what you've learned if you only needed to learn to pass something.
Right.
Right? And as well, let's look at the flip side of that. In Jamaica right now, the violence and the murders have gotten to the point where they're now instituting death as capital punishment.
Fair. Okay.
And I'm saying, well, I mean, if these guys ain't afraid to go to jail, how else are you going to deter them from committing murders?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not against, I'm not for people having to lose their life. But listen, bro, if I'm an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth person. If you took somebody else's life and caused somebody else's family, friends, whatever, a whole lot of pain, and feel like it's okay because you're just gonna sit down in a jail cell for a few years and be bow down the road and then get to enjoy the rest of your life, nah. If you're doing that, thinking that, this is where the thinking's gonna stop.
I've always had this argument with tons of people and stuff, especially about when it comes to death penalty and everything. And everybody, like the people that I always have the conversation for, because I always say I'm for death penalty.
Right.
And my thing and stuff is that the reason why I'm for death penalty because my tax dollars are paying for these jails, these prisons, etc., and everything like that, right? I don't feel comfortable with the fact that you keep fucking up out here over and over on the same charge and stuff like that, and I have to keep paying for this shit. Right. Like, one of my people's, when I was having a conversation and stuff, whatever, I'm like, they should just, whenever I get paid, show me this, like, send me a photo of the inmate who I'm feeding. Yeah. Then I'll probably look at stuff and like, nah, you know what? I don't feel like I should be working and stuff for there because this motherfucker, he eating on my dime. He or she's eating on my dime and all this type of stuff. So I look at it stuff, who is it? Duarte and stuff in the Philippines. Yeah. He started in Davao City. And I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce Davao City. That was one of the most crime-free places in the world. Mm. The man had death penalty. He's like, yo, if I lock you up one time for drugs, that's one thing. I lock you up twice for drugs and stuff, whatever. You're still trying to pollute our city and our world? Fuck it. You're on a public execution.
Yeah.
You shoot one, the rest will follow.
Yeah.
And what do? All the criminals left the city. They went to other places that weren't with that shit.
Yeah.
Until and then what happened after he was mayor of that city? They're like, he ran one of the peaceful cities in the world. They made him president of the fucking country. And he took the same type of treatment there, and they start shaping up. So I look at stuff as like, we're gonna keep these people, keep committing these crimes over and over again, taking lives, piling up and stuff, and it's okay to keep their life because death is too good for them. No, death is great for my pocket.
Like 2 life sentences. I don't get that.
That's 50 years. The motherfucker might get caught at like 45. So some people not even living that damn long.
I don't get that.
Dollars, man. All about the dollars. I think pertaining to back to this situation and stuff, very, very unfortunate. They beat the man like a piñata, like the lawyers said. Thoughts and prayers to the family, especially his mom, and salute to her
Thoughts and prayers.
Especially talking about let's have peaceful riots.
Yeah.
Peaceful protests, peaceful riots. Peaceful protests throughout this whole situation. Very sad, very unfortunate. I'm not a fan of how fast they move. My spider sense is telling me that something is up. Why they released.
I don't even know if I want a peaceful riot. I think I want them to keep the same energy.
What do you mean? Peaceful riot? That's my fuck up. What do you mean peaceful riot? I mean peaceful protests?
But yeah, the protests.
Oh.
I think I want them to keep the same energy. Why all of a sudden now we're going to make it peaceful because it was black cops who did it? No, I don't want white people to turn around and say, "Oh, we didn't go hard because it was black." No,
keep the same energy.
Keep the same energy.
Fair. That's fair.
Keep the same energy. These guys, they were just as brutal as any white cop who've taken a life in the line of duty.
That's fair. I see that. Yeah. So the dessert side of the Tennessee police,
and boy, did they have dessert.
They had their angel cake and had it too.
I was gonna say manja cake.
Oh,
it had it too.
You know that's racist.
It is.
I didn't know that was racist because I think when you have some, let's say this, in Italian, manja is to eat.
Right.
So when they said manja cake, I'm like, to eat cake. I'm like, yeah, who eats cake? A lot of people eat cake, and especially everybody eating ass out there and stuff. And people are already manja caking and stuff from the time. But then when they were saying the Caucasian folk. Let's say the Caucasian folk who can't really trace lineage too much, or they probably chase lineage to, I guess, the UK, Scottish, Ireland folk.
Yeah.
They're saying that they don't really know flavors. So their shit is just like basic. And it's so fucking true because how you have like the British government and the British monarchs and stuff way back when going to India, China, Africa, these places to take spices and their food tastes fucking bland. Make it make sense.
Yeah, it's hard that. No.
Now, Maegan Hall, former officer Maegan Hall, she got choo-chooed. No, sorry. Take 2. She got bullet trained. Whoa.
Take 3.
Whoa. That was intense. These jokes write themselves.
They do.
They write themselves and stuff with her. I think her situation and stuff is that she was caught fraternizing and intercourse and other lewd conduct behaviors and stuff with other police officers, 6 other police officers.
On and off duty.
On and off duty.
On and off duty.
On duty, might be a 1, 2, 3 pullover. Get it. And then off duty, photos, train. Isn't that considered like... So, okay, hold on. Orgy is now collective of people. What is orgy?
Yeah, I'd say orgy is a group of people.
And how big is this group? Because isn't this quantified as a group? As an orgy?
But I think there's only one female participant.
So it's gangbang.
Yes.
It's definitely gangbang.
Yes, it's definitely
Or cop bang.
Train status, all aboard.
So it's train status. She had sex for 6. She's still married. But I want to see when the dust settles. I want to give it to the dust settles. So when the dust settles and stuff, probably about like, give it 90 days. 90 days, come April, May.
Has the husband spoke on it or anything like that?
Allegedly, the husband and stuff declined comment.
Right.
When they asked him and stuff like that, whatever, he's like, his wife and him and his wife, they're gonna work on this situation and stuff together.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't know what that means either.
I see a lot of memes and stuff. It's like they just make him like the ultimate simp. But to me, if you're staying, you knew this shit was going on. You're not oblivious to this.
I don't think he was oblivious to it.
I think they went to hedonism in Jamaica.
That's where it started?
Yeah, that's where it started, man. I think...
But the Jamaican got on vacation?
I don't know. No, I want to say, it's kind of... I see some videos online. I seen a video where if it's your woman, picture a man pick up your woman, dance with her all types of ways, and you're just standing there holding her fucking drink.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's some highly simp activities and stuff, whatever, to me.
Yeah.
But the flip side of things, he might want to see her happy. Like, like
this is true.
Let's break down the psychology of a cuckold.
Okay.
Why do you think a man or a person would be a cuckold?
I think he's got simp tendencies and probably feels like...
So what does simp mean to you?
Simp means a person who will lose themselves in order to please or be with somebody else.
In order to please. Okay, I can dig that definition. I heard simp is an acronym for suckers idolizing mediocre pussy. That's what I heard.
I mean,
you know, these Gen Z kids is different out here in these streets. They got definitions for everything.
Yeah.
You're right? So, okay. Now, and like I like the word kaleidoscope because I feel like, this is like a kaleidoscope of fucking feelings. Like shame, gratitude, love, happiness.
Right.
Because the shame is like, you're not the one able to give the pleasure. Yeah. But you're happy enough to you want to see your spouse get pleasured and happy.
See, I don't know if I could be too happy about that.
Okay, this is not think about the fucking aspect and stuff, but think about let's say you do something for your woman and then to you, it's like you put a little effort to it.
Right.
And it looks like the 4th of July went off in her eyes. Oh, sorry, Canada. July 1st, Canada Day, goes off in her eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she looks extremely happy and stuff like that. And you are the one that gave her this pleasure. Right. And she's probably looking like, I would love to fuck another guy or fuck 5 guys or 5 Guys burgers, because they got 5 guys with meats there. I don't know.
I don't know.
And like I said, these jokes, they write they self and stuff, whatever. And he's like, you know what? You don't get a hall pass. You get the extreme hall pass. You get the easy pass, and he knows that the team is busting it down like a rollie.
Yeah, it's a hard one, man. That's what she said.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I'm like, come on, dog. Ali, Ali, you. I see, and for me, let me ask you this. Is cuckolding love? If it isn't love, then why does he feel that way?
And maybe I want to say maybe it's one-sided love.
Speak on it. Because she getting the dog rail fucked the shit out of, and she's happy. Yeah. She don't love them. She don't love them, the pigs.
She don't love him either. I don't think she loves him either.
Why would you say that? You might fuck another woman. Would you still love your woman? Are you sexist like me? Is that what you're gonna say?
Sexist like you are.
Oh, okay. Well, then speak on it. Continue.
I'm saying first and foremost, how did he become a cuckold? Was it through her doing? Or was it just him suggesting?
I think, to be honest, I feel like no one can make you do anything you want to do. I can persuade you.
Right.
Smooth, drink this poison and stuff like that. And I'm flashing this poison in your face.
Right.
You can still say no 10 million times and shut your mouth.
Yeah.
But if you're looking like, you still did it on your own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if she's forcing you, was she handcuffing him to the chair, to the hotel chair? Because every hotel room has that one cuckold chair. It has that one cuckold chair.
That one chair.
That one chair. So did she handcuff him there and stuff, whatever? Because in any case, just close your eyes.
Because I'm saying if she's like, and this is why I say it's one-sided love. I'm saying he loves her to the point where he'll do anything for her or let anything be done to her because he's afraid of losing his position or losing her, right? And I'm saying she don't love him because if she was ever to stop and ask him, how does this make you feel? And he was being truly honest and says, well, I'm only doing this because of you. Because I wanted to please you. I don't feel good about it, but the fact that it pleases you, I'm willing to ride, right? If she hear that, and she's like, well, okay then, let's let it ride.
And she did on the mechanical bulls and then on the real black bulls.
She don't love you.
I don't know.
You think she love?
I think she does, because think about how many men that you might know will agree to that. And I don't know many.
I don't know many.
I don't know many and stuff for that. But then she found, I love saying it like this, she found her person.
She found her person.
She found her special person that will allow her to ride multiple dicks and she can still remain married. When she's done riding multiple dicks, she can go home, take a shower, and canoodle with her loving husband. Not too many women can say they can go jump on multiple dicks their husband knows and then canoodle with their loving husband.
Is she willing to stop if her loving husband says, you know what, it doesn't make me feel good and I don't want you to do it anymore?
I think everything's up for discussion in a marriage to me.
Yeah.
But you are who you are. And what I look at this stuff is like, all right, if you're a DJ, right? You're a DJ when you meet said woman and you DJ at nightclubs and stuff out all night and then until you probably stop DJing and you're probably just going out and everything like that. Is she automatically supposed to make you change and stuff to say like you don't need to go out no more when you always have it in your system to always go out? You are who you are.
Right, yeah.
So I don't think her riding bulls is nothing new.
Nothing new.
Or short and everything like that. It might be something new, sporadic. So she might be able to kind of clip that off if it doesn't have that much growth.
Right.
But if it's something she was always been accustomed to doing and everything, because I know women and stuff, I know women that be like, if you don't do this, someone else is going to do it.
Yeah.
Right? And they're bold enough to tell you that and stuff and everything to your face.
Right.
Or to the man to his face.
Right.
So if the man sits there and stuff and just says, sure or right, and agree to it and stuff,
that's
whatever.
Why I said the simp that doesn't want to lose his position or lose his woman. That's the one that's saying sure, all right, and shaking his head.
But you can find another woman that could be like, hey, you
and holding the camcorder.
Is he? Hey, that'd be wild though. That'd be extra wild to hold the cam.
Someone who's holding the camcorder, dude.
I don't even want the memory, much as even the sound in my head and stuff, whatever. Because think about like, I think you showed me a video and stuff where the dude's like, oh man, the guy fucked the shit out of my girl. She was making some sounds and stuff.
Yeah.
Think about you fucking your woman and you're hearing something like some, And then these dudes out here piping it down.
Pummeling. You got to use pummeling.
Pummeling. And you're hearing some sound effects you never heard her make before, like my esophagus. You know what I'm saying? You're like, She never said that to me. And now you want to catch this all on cam with the makeup running? Because I always think about like
the mascara.
Yeah, the mascaras is running and shit like that, whatever. And she has like this pleasure or pain, like Colgate smile on her face, like yeah. One of them things. Nah, you can't have that cam, man.
Hell no, man.
That ain't you.
No, bro.
That ain't you. If that was you or stuff, whatever, like maybe he probably jumped in a few times.
Maybe, but I mean, if
she can get him on a regular basis, why would she do it on the main event?
If you're like and that's what I'm saying, man. Like, why be a cuckold then? Just say, listen, do you? I just won't be in the room, or I just won't be around. Like, if you're gonna allow her to do that, why would you need to sit down and witness it? Like, I don't get that part. Unless it's your fetish.
What if you were supposed to get married to a woman, right? You're single, about to get married to a woman and stuff with her. She got bread. We talking about like some hedge fund trusts, old money. She got old money.
Okay.
And she's like, look, we gotta be married on paper so I can access these funds. I dig you. I love you. But one man can satisfy me. She need more wood for the PP. And she tells you and stuff, whatever, like, yo, don't even trip. What's yours is mine, mine is yours.
Yeah.
And everything like that. Would you cuckold for the funds?
I mean, I could do my own thing. I could do my thing too.
No, she needs you to be in the vicinity while she getting them walls teared down. I
mean, it's not a real relationship. I mean, she set the rules out from the beginning.
But you agreed to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is if the rules are set from the beginning and you agree to those rules, then
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. They agreed to these rules. He or she or both of them and stuff, whatever, in this situation, they agreed to that. I just thought that the psychology of a cuckold is still wild to me because for myself personally, do I feel like I could be all men rolled in one? No fucking way. No. One, I don't even hit the height requirement for the type of men some women want out here. Right? And then you have this ideology, or people have this ideology and stuff, whatever, that like, I can be everything and then some for a person. I ain't trying to be everything. No disrespect to no woman. Nah. But I want to hold it down and stuff for you to know for a fact that like you are safe, you are loved, and hopefully you can convey that to me in reverse, and we can try our best to give each other happiness, like or I want to say like a level of happiness before, because everybody's in charge of their own happiness. But if cuckolding or getting pummeled or choo-chooed and stuff is adding to your happiness and it's not adding to mine, I'm gonna release you back to them bulls.
Back to the bulls.
Some might be in Chicago, some might be in Tennessee.
Dang. We'll check back with that couple in about 6 months' time. You say you giving it?
No, 90.
90?
90 days.
90 days.
90 days to a year, because the dust was settled. You got to understand, like, yo, the world we live in, we get thrown shit every day. Mm-hmm. Every day. Like, it's sad, but I'm looking at stuff like George Floyd, right?
Right.
George Floyd's situation happened at the end of May. I can't tell you what day it was exactly and stuff like that, but it was a monumental moment, especially and that plays a part in Black history, whether we like it or not, because that sparked things around the world for Black people and stuff around the world and stuff as well. But that day, I want to say for me, there's so many things that got thrown to us after that. You get what I'm saying? So the world throws so many things up after you and everything like towards you. Yeah. You might forget in no time. You probably heard about like teachers and stuff, fucking students and everything like that, whatever. But you to pinpoint the stuff like the school or what the teacher might look like when these things happen so often, they're just thrown at you. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's easy for like something like someone like Maegan Hall, her situation to kind of be like irrelevant now. Yeah. And then gone in like 60 days. So that's what I said, like 90 days. When I feel like that dust settles. Right. Then give it to like a year. Ray Rice, his wife, fiance at the time, when he knocked her out, dragged her in the elevator, she said that's a spat between my husband and I, and that
Right.
was old footage.
Right.
NFL clipped his ass. As soon as they clipped his ass, a little bit after that, she divorced him.
Hmm.
So she was riding when he was still getting the NFL bread.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck, I look like staying now.
Nah, I look foolish.
Right.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. When the dust settles, give it some change and stuff. After that, my conversations, like, I couldn't have been a cuckold, but if I was a cuckold and stuff like that, whatever, that relationship is over within less than 60 days. What do you want to eat? Well, it would have been you, but I mean, shit. Everybody else done ate you already, so I guess I gotta find. What does that mean? Oh, you know what it means, old gangbang. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it'll be different with me. I'm a different kind of asshole. So, you all right?
So many officers involved. That's nuts.
You see? You see? You see? It's too wild.
You think he getting ribbon right now from his boys?
Why wouldn't he? The question is, does he still have friends?
I mean, if they smashing his wife, he might.
You think? Nah. Would you consider him? Okay. You had this hedonistic kind of world where you knew your wife is getting pummeled by these dudes and shit like that, whatever. And I feel like
that needs to be the name of the episode.
What?
Pummeled.
Pummeled? You got to find a proper image for that.
Yeah.
But then Pummeled is right, though, because, I mean, Tyre and then
Yeah.
But picture this.
Yeah.
If you knew, let's say, to me, she I only seen the uniform photos, and I seen one or two photos when she's in civilian clothes with her husband.
Right.
She got a little tattoo on the leg right here. So
Yeah.
it kind of got like, I just looked. I was like, is that a little okay, Maegan? Because in the uniform, she looks so conservative.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's just like
She looks so
This is
conservative.
the one
She had a tat on her hand or something, like somewhere on her arm.
Right.
And she got another one right here on her thigh.
right.
On her frontal thigh area or stuff, whatever, right? Let's say she's attractive enough to like his people and stuff. Like, oh, you know, you got a pretty wife and all this type of stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
You out here mind your business. This is your friend now. Y'all here mind your business stuff, whatever. You like, damn, you watching news like, Maegan. And then you probably look around the house and stuff and say, like, probably see a photo of like a group photo.
Yeah.
And she's there and stuff. You're like, shit, I know Maegan was giving pussy like that. Like, yo.
Right.
Hey, yo. Call up and be like, yo, let me ask Maegan how she's handling the situation. Yeah, sure, hold on. Maegan, it's Marv. Hey, Marv, how's it? Yo, so the shop closed? Like, what's up?
What up?
How you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you're gonna be having friends like that. The family gonna scorn you. The family gonna look at you because a lot of people, we don't live in that world yet where that's full understanding. We were talking about this with the generational shit.
Right.
With the polyamory and all that type of stuff.
Right.
Back then, that was definitely a no fucking go in North America.
Nah.
Now, it's talked about, it's being done. It's not high key, it's still low key.
And that's why I was asking if it was on duty or off duty, because I feel like, I mean, we're in the time.
But they still have a call to the booty, and like, you see, that's what I'm saying. These jokes fucking write themselves.
As is like, listen. I'm like, you're right. We're at the stage where some of the shit that we used to be frowned upon ain't frowned upon anymore. Like, the only thing I could think of, like, they went down on them so hard. Well, she went down on them. She went down on them probably just as hard. But the fact that it puts the precinct in a bad light. So they're trying to save face now. This is why everybody's getting fired. This is why everybody's just losing jobs. Because they can't get it. They hadn't done anything criminal.
They have not done anything criminal. However, reading the fine print of your job application does go a long way. Because they might use that against you and say like, hey, we have a specific image to uphold here. And if you don't help uphold this image, we're gonna have to release you. Right. We know it's been done here. Like, look at the guy with the, I want to say, was it? I don't know. Grab her by a pussy is Trump. I think
That's
like
Trump.
the guy who was on the news. They were doing like a soccer thing, and he's like, "Fuck her in the pussy." I think it was "fuck her in the pussy."
Oh, right.
And they fired him?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. You're a reflection of companies.
Right.
And that's in the fine print and stuff. Jam Ghomeshi and stuff like that. His cases and stuff were nowhere near CBC.
Nah.
But he got fired and stuff because it's a reflection of the company. Right? So I look at it.
And it's so funny how people realize this, because the first thing, if like you slip up and they catch you on the internet, the first thing they're trying to find out is where you work.
Of course. Look at the girl from who's called. See, there's so many situations.
Yeah.
And then like I said, this shit would get convoluted, then it'd be gone out of your mind.
Yeah.
But the girl where she was I guess a
in the
TA.
hotel?
No, she was in school.
Oh.
She was in the school.
Right.
And the white girl's like, "You're a nigger, bitch. Nigger. And she was drunk.
Right.
And like within less than 24 hours, I think Dillard's or Macy's, whoever she worked for, they found out where she worked,
Yeah.
who she was, where she worked, and she got fired.
Yeah.
And this is the Saturday night, and I think she was scheduled to work like the Monday. Gone. You are part of your company. If you don't own some shit for yourself and everything like that, whatever, and you can do damage control, I'm not for cancel culture, but this shit is real. This shit is real out here. So that's why I look at like the song and dance. They have to clean up and fire. Now, granted, what I've learned and stuff, even going through with the Tyre Nichols officers in question. Yo, there's mad times within the U.S. Police officers have been fired, then rehired. Shortage of cops.
I can see that.
You gotta think about how many people can probably pass the first physical fitness test.
Right.
And psychological exam, and then you fire them. Then you have another situation and stuff where you haven't filled those positions. These are 7 officers. 6 were laying the pipe, and 1 was getting the pipe. So, or nightsticks. So, if they don't fill those 7 within a time frame, they would fire to save face publicly.
Yeah.
But then rehire them back.
I can see that.
So yes,
and like you said, I mean, this was in Memphis. Tennessee's a big state.
No, Tyre thing was in Memphis. This was in another spot in Memphis, in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, like
no, but sorry. I mean, but that's what I mean. Wherever spot that was, I mean, Tennessee is a big state, so it's not even like they have to leave the state to go find work in another police precinct.
Right. Because it was nothing criminal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But I mean, I don't know what the other officers and stuff like if they were married or not, because they more focused on her.
Right.
Because like the photos of her, she's sending nudes and all that type of stuff. I don't know if like in her phone, they probably confiscated her phone and stuff with her, saw some dick pics.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
But in any case, if they're married or they have their own world and stuff going on and everything like that, relocating somewhere might not be too bad for them to get another police job. Right. Do you think men are born with value? The reason why I even say that is stuff because I look at, let's say, her husband. Yeah. Maegan Hall's husband, Mr. Hall.
Yeah.
Right? If he had substantial amount of value or a decent amount of value, would he stay? Like I want to say, if cuckold is your thing, you don't have to stay with this woman.
You don't.
You can find another woman who, like, her cuckolding thing is not on the radar. I mean, we look at it. Because virginities for women has always been like, had value.
Right.
That's why the body count thing, it comes so hard and stuff on women. And I think that's where some women and stuff like have the disparity for me that they don't understand. I don't know too many women to say, I'm willing to pay for this man's virginity. Most women want a man with experience. Why you laugh so hard? Oh, okay. Choking over there.
Die to see that.
Because
You're virgin? Oh shit!
I got $5,000 on it. $5,000, I'll turn you out. I'll buy a virginity for $5,000. Says
Said
no
no
woman
woman.
ever. Thank you. Thank you. Now you have websites and stuff. I can't remember that website. That was so long. That was before the first 50 episodes. Before the first 48.
Damn.
Whatever we were talking about that. But that they had a legit website that sold women's virginities. And women are auctioning it off for like, I think one was like $500,000.
Yeah.
And another one was for $1 million. And I was looking like, why the fuck am I going to pay for non-experience?
That non-experienced coochie paid itself through college, through university.
I dated a girl who was Lebanese.
Yeah.
Muslim culture.
Right.
Right? I said, in your culture, virginity is high sought.
Yeah.
And all the above. You're a virgin. She said, no, she is not.
Yeah. She
So-
giving up the booty? She gave away the booty?
I know a Somalian girl, that was her. That was her thing.
Yeah.
That was her thing and stuff, whatever, because of the whole mutilation thing.
Right.
So the booty, anal was regular for her and stuff like that. But the Lebanese girl, she said no. They bought fake hymens. You can buy them on Amazon. She actually logged into her Amazon at that time. This is like years ago. This is like maybe 2011. 2011. It looked like a Tide to Go puck. Like those little Tide to Go things. She's like, I was like, what the hell is that? It's like the Tide Pods. Like the Tide Pods. She's like, oh, you have to make sure like you're wet. Put it up there, stuff like that. And over a period of time, when the guy is like, thrusting along,
Yeah.
he's thinking of stuff like, damn, you're so tight. But he just ran out of like thrusting room. And then eventually the Tide Pod just breaks. Like, whoosh, and then those fake like food coloring and things. You're like, oh, my woman was a virgin. That's why you were so tight. And she's like, sucker, no, I used to be a porn star, but I needed to get this marriage off.
Women. If you've had one of these fake hymen procedures.
Procedures?
Yeah, because this sounds like a whole procedure. You gotta make sure your coochie wet so this thing can slide up in there and be ready for the pummeling.
Pummel.
Let us know.
Yeah, it was wild. So I said that I'm like, would it be a problem for you to tell set dudes in your culture or like, the day you're getting ready to get married that you're not a virgin? Not what we're not gonna do is that. That's she looked at me, she said, what we're not gonna do is that, Marvin. We're not gonna do is that. She's like, no. She said her cousins done did it. Like so many women and like from her culture and stuff that done did it. She's like, I won't be. And she said she has other friends who are Muslim.
Yeah.
That have done it too and stuff like that, whatever, right? Before wedding day or stuff, or day of wedding day and everything like that. You're like, maybe that's to go take a pee. That's my in the vagina. And then red's to go. But virginity automatically on a woman has high value. And
yes.
I feel and it's fucked up to say, forgive me to the women that might take this the type of way and stuff, whatever, but it's like with men, something pertains to sex, we don't lose our value. We actually gain some value and stuff whatever from that. Because some women look at it stuff as like, I want to move in ready home. I don't want something like,
She don't have to be coach.
Yeah.
She don't have to coach in the ninth inning.
There's not too many of stuff and everything. But a man, like for myself, I want to say I'm a child from a single parent household.
Right.
I guess every other accolade adds to my value.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think I consider myself a decent looking dude, but I feel like that can probably add that much to my value, like or separate me from some of the pack of the I want to say quote unquote tree monsters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Education, what I do, businesses and all that type of stuff. Value.
Right.
Stacking.
Right.
Gorgeous woman. She some of them they don't have to learn how to boil water.
No.
They out here getting Dubai trips. Rollies, living life. And that's what I'm saying. Do men...
But what about the women who are not beautiful? Are they you still put them up there with born with value?
Men always are looking for vagina.
Okay.
I feel like men are always looking for vagina. And I feel like some men fuck anything.
Right.
Some women, you might look at it stuff as like, you don't know if, it might even rise to the occasion and stuff like that, whatever. But then you find out she has like 2 or 3 kids or something like that. Or, she got a man. And you're like, how? Is that fucked up? Sound fucked up?
You sound fucked up.
Is that a little fucked up? My
Just a
bad.
little, just a little.
My bad.
Just
But there's some guys like that and stuff too. But anytime when I see hot ass woman and like a how,
Yeah.
I always looking like, if it's the guy.
He's got money.
Oh, of course. Okay.
He's got money.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say, the only thing I could probably see a man being born with that has value is if he's coming from an affluent family and he's got either he's got the family name or he's got the family money.
Waltons, because they have billions. Walmart.
You know what I mean? It's like you always watch I can't remember what period piece it was on Netflix, but it was like back in the day with the monarchs and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
And they had the one day where suitors are kind of matched with their future wives to be, or and so forth like that, right? And this one chick was there, and she didn't have a suitor yet, and the mom was kind of pushing over to. She's like, let's say the dude was over. She said, "What about that dude?" And dude, he looked all busted, crooked teeth, and the daughter be like, "Ew, no, mom." The mom was like, "Oh, but that's his so and so. He's from Berkshire. his family is this, that, and the third." Starts reading off all of what the family's about because that's what this dude's value is. He's nothing more than the high-priced name or the money that's in his pocket. And if you're born like that as a male,
that's the only time you're born with value.
That's the only value I see.
That's the only time you're born.
That's the only value I see.
That's the only time you're born with value and stuff. You come from a family that has like legit bread.
Yeah.
Legit bread. Like I even look at stuff like you're part of like a mafia Gambino type of family and stuff like that, whatever. Some money might be clean, but remember when they come, when they come to freeze some shit, whatever, then that be that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even hold that value and stuff until like it's clean money.
Right.
Yeah. I don't see most men and stuff being born with the value and everything like that. I feel like you have to earn your value as a man, but as a woman, you are born with value because your virginity is already up.
Well, think about it. I mean, if you're, I mean, and is it even the virginity or just the fact that you have a pussy? Because if our goal as men, right? Mm-hmm. Is to go forth and multiply and make sure there's more of us out there in the world, right? Our goal is to make sure our good name succeeds and goes generations down. What we can only, I mean, now they got new ways, but at one point you needed a woman to provide you with those seeds, right?
What is a woman?
Well, that's what I'm saying. At one point.
Oh, okay. The traditional old school.
The traditional old school.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So the value was in her. The value was in her body. She like that. She was good. That's how she was going to provide you with the offspring. You just now went for the most prettiest, the most beautiful woman you can find because you're thinking you want beautiful kids. She's going to provide that for you.
I've never really chased I chased when I was younger the beautiful woman to sleep with, not to keep. To me, I look at this stuff as where I gotta see what fuck your world you come from. Like it's a lot for me to say I'm gonna put a stamp on a woman, and like kind of keep it and keep her and stuff with her because I look at it as like look at the ratio. We're talking like 8 to 1. okay, I don't want to feel like I'm the man or something like that, but I'm looking like, you got your shit over here, you got your bullshit over here.
Yeah.
There's 7 other women I can go deal with.
7
That might even be so much nicer.
women.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like there's the one. I feel like there's selective ones for a person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're looking like what your credentials is and stuff. Like, there's reasons why you love your wife.
Right.
And everything. And the look. Now, you might have 5 other women that might have the look of your wife. And they might be able to produce the same kind of things that your wife might produce and stuff like that. Or might be probably more.
Right.
Right? It's just that, did you put the energy to go hunt and find these women?
No.
Right? Or did you put the energy to try and spend the time? Like, your former co-worker and stuff with her, to this day, she's a fucking clone of your wife.
Oh, yeah.
To this day.
Yeah.
I think I looked at one of her photos and shit one day on the gram. I was looking like, sure?
Yeah. She's straight clone from
And her son don't look too far from your son.
No.
Yes,
I have another family.
You have another family. So I was like, I was like, oh, this is smooth people. I was like, he got a type. He got a type. But yeah, like it comes to that point where the values of a person, they build.
Right.
As a man, they build. You have options, you have choices and stuff like that, but where do you want to build this stuff, or where do you want to tailor your resources to if you're a useful man? Because there's waste man out here ain't doing shit, and the only value they got is probably height and a big dick.
Yeah.
And they might not be even hooping to utilize their height, and they probably not be able to fuck with the big dick.
Nah.
So
it might be cuckolds.
All right, moving on to the next topic. Pummeled again, right? Pummeled again.
Pummels again.
Fucking pummeled. All right, question of the week. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is marriage still a goal in relationships of today?
I don't think so, man. I think well, first and foremost, I think we're in a hookup culture. And more so than ever, there's a lot of having your cake and eating it too happening.
What do you mean by that? Everybody just cheating?
Meaning that you can get the milk without buying the cow.
Does that work both ways?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me say this. I feel that I'll start with this. There's tons of times like you have celebrities. We'll say Britney Spears.
Yep.
And rappers and everything. But I'm going to start with Britney.
Okay.
Britney Spears definitely, one of her interviews said that she is not a role model.
Right.
She said it from her own mouth.
Right.
People still look up at Britney Spears. Kids still look up to Britney Spears and everything like that. You can say you're not a role model, but hey, motherfuckers still take you as a role model.
That's it.
Married couples of today, they may feel like they're not a role model to other single people and everything like that.
Yeah.
We're watching y'all. Non-married people were watching you guys and stuff, whatever. And I look at stuff as there. I know so many married couples, and I know like a handful of ones that seem truly happy.
Right.
To me.
Right.
Like all things that glitter is not gold, and it's not sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but from your perception.
From my perspective, happy.
Yeah.
Right? Some ones that seem happy, but there's more miserable ones compared to happy ones. So now looking at stuff is like where I've come from a situation where I've come from a failed marriage.
Right.
To now, okay, is this a possibility that's something I would like to do again? I don't see too many like, you know what? This is an incentive for me to.
You're not encouraged?
Yeah, I'm not encouraged. I'm not encouraged.
Yeah.
I'm not encouraged and stuff, whatever. Because I see some ones and stuff, whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm a sucker for love.
Right.
And I like all that. I told you, I like a feminine woman. I like a woman to be next to me, with me, and everything like that. Kind of on me and stuff like that. And if I see a couple and everything like that, let's say it's like a backyard banger, stuff like a party and shit like that, whatever. Wife is one area in her phone. Husband's over there, just chopping it up, having the time of his life.
Yeah.
And then they're having the time of life together. Not the kind of marriage I want. Not the kind of marriage I want.
Well, I don't know, because sometimes you can be. It could just be you and your wife for the longest time, and you're always in each other's grills, and then sometimes you look forward to interactions like that where you're amongst other people, and
but once you
it may not be.
Go ahead.
It may not be a situation like if they're totally like separated from each other the entire night, then that's one thing. But I mean, if they came together and then every minute, you know, they sort of check in with each other, but they're still doing their other separate things, then I can see that.
Okay. He's mingling.
Yeah.
She's mingling.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
He's mingling. She's by her damn self.
Yeah.
No me gusta.
No. Wrong. No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then, like, I see some couples and stuff when they go out, right? When they, like, I want to say, let's say they go to grocery stores and shit like that and everywhere together.
Right.
Yeah, they're probably focused on task at hand and everything like that, whatever, but you're a woman. Like, it's you're a woman. No, I don't have, like, free, like I can't touch an ass, slap an ass and stuff in the grocery store. I seen one time.
Yeah.
I shit you not. I think, like, sometime during the pandemic when everybody was wearing masks and everything to the grocery stores, it was like a couple and stuff like that, but it was a married couple, right? I don't know if they're newlywed or something like that, or they're probably newlywed or nearly dead. I don't know.
Right.
But the dude was bald-headed and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, black dude, bald head, and his woman and stuff, whatever, she was there. And the man said, you know, she's like, oh, get some meat. She's like, oh, pick up a pack of meat and everything. He's like, so what, you don't want my meat and stuff, whatever here? And then he walked behind, she's like, oh my gosh. And he went behind, he like, gave her a little juke on her ass, like, you can get this meat later. She's like, yes, okay, but we need something to eat. He's like, what, so you can't eat this meat too? And I was like, yes, eat his meat later. So she turned around, look at me, she's laughing, she's like, he's an idiot and everything like that, whatever. I'm like, it's kind of husband I strive to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That will kind of encourage me.
Right.
I see more miserable married couples than I see more happy married couples. It's not motivation. And then when I hear people and stuff, whatever, like I know in the dating, courting stage or even early parts of a relationship, y'all fucking like rabbits.
Right.
Now I'm older and stuff now to kind of see, like, I have to kind of set tones and levels, because with me, that was probably part of my downfalls and stuff in previous relationships. I go in fucking like rabbits and stuff, whatever. And then pussy stop running like that. I'm like, yo,
what's going on?
fuck is up?
What's good?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fuck is up?
What is good? Oh,
Right.
we married now.
Yeah. Not even like we married. It was kind of like, what? I think I got a conversation like that when I was married and stuff. It was something like, you think we're supposed to have sex every night? I'm like, a form of sex.
Every other.
A form of, it was an argument, whatever. It was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, one night, getting, you know, give up the cooch. Another night, maybe a hand job.
Yeah.
Another night, some head.
Yeah.
Repeat the process. We kind of good and stuff like that and everything, right?
Right.
No, this is fictional, blah, blah, blah. I'm not your slave. I'm not your sex toy and blah, blah, blah. And all types of conversations stuff came up. And like previous conversations, stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Do I go at it like rabbits or do I not? Right?
Yeah.
And then this is the conversation. This is the thought process and all that type of stuff kind of come down to it. And a lot of times I feel like I've been there. Some guys hasn't been to the promised land and stuff, right?
Right.
But I've been to the promised land. I've seen like the goods and the bads and stuff of a marriage, of my marriage.
Yeah.
I can't speak for all marriages, but I looked at it stuff as where, was I happier in the dating stage compared to the marriage? Absolutely. Absolutely. Why buy the cow and get the milk for free? If I'm getting the milk, I'm kosher.
Yeah.
And then some married couples and stuff, I heard they have sex once a month.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
What motivation is that for someone like myself to get married?
I don't understand that. But I mean, is it that it's an individual thing, or do you chalk that up as a marriage thing, or you chalk that up as an individual thing?
Those individuals are still married. Those individuals are still married. Because everything, I think a lot of things and stuff, they do take effort, they do take work. That's what I said. I'm not knocking them, not using those and stuff as the bar, but I'm looking at, like, if we're looking at the majority,
Right.
I know a woman and stuff that told me directly and stuff, whatever, like, yo, she married at 40 plus odd years. When she found out I got married, she said, when I hit 50 years of marriage, I'm cashing in my husband. I'm divorcing my husband to get two 25-year-old men. She's like, I'm done with him. And she said, why did you get married? So I was like, how are you a married woman telling me why did I get married? A lot of older men too. Sometimes when they heard me, they're like, you're married? You shouldn't get married. I was like, why? I want one woman happy. We build, we do all. Some people discourage you to get married.
Yeah, they're probably looking at it. Nah, not in this day and age.
This day and age is different dance. This day and age is different dance. I think this day and age is stuff for marriage. It's status for women.
Status for women.
It's status for women. Because I feel like there's a big difference between girlfriend and wife.
Yeah.
To me. There's girlfriends that do wife shit, but it's still a different dance.
And I think for men, it used to be status. I don't think it's status anymore. So that's why I don't really see men racing to get married.
Yeah. Not unless you run for politics.
And you run for politics, then
you run for politics.
Yeah.
You need a wife.
Yeah, you need a wife.
You're gonna need a wife. I don't trust a politician without being married. Because I'm looking like, you can fuck anybody and you can fuck our country. You can fuck my city anytime. No.
You done fucked the wrong spy.
Yeah, no.
We're all up in
all into our business?
Yeah.
No.
Nah.
No. Marriage isn't a goal no more. Let's get to the Ask the Sons questions. First Ask the Sons question comes from Pac-Man. What are people not taking seriously?
Again, relationships.
Relationships. And the negative impacts of social media.
Yeah.
It broke my heart. Part of my heart broke when to hear a 5-year-old saying they're not pretty.
Yeah.
You're not even. You haven't been on the planet that long.
And then you know where she's hearing it from because anybody around her
is telling her she's pretty.
Is telling her you're pretty, you're beautiful.
Yeah. You know, every time when I thought about it, that John Legend song that You and I, out of all of the girls, you're my one.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, social media is definitely because I can't tell how much interaction she might have,
Yeah.
Negative impact. But that we're not looking at seriously. Sandra C says, who is the best TV dad? Who you got?
I got Cosby.
You got a runner-up?
Got it. Runner-up would be James from Good Times.
James is popping like that?
Yeah.
Ooh,
he had some life lessons. Oh. Yeah. He was one of those hardworking dads that would set you straight. Yeah.
Uncle Phil. And Michael Kyle. Damon Wayans. My wife and my kids. Because that guy, he always made me laugh. And then he always had some serious shit to him. Because I think, one of his son had a baby fresh out of high school or something like that. Like a teenage pregnancy or something.
Yeah.
And I remember, there was episodes where it got serious, but he still found the time to, crack the jokes, make you smile. Humor. Style and substance.
I like Uncle Phil due to the fact that Will was his nephew.
And he stepped up.
And he stepped up and still played the father role and still treated Will like a son. There's not
He would call him son, though, too.
Yeah, he would call him son.
Yeah, he's like, son, listen, you can't be blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And you just, when you think about it, some men, if it's not their biological, they ain't trying to fuck with it.
There is. You're right. And I always, that was always my drawback before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dating a woman with kids.
Okay.
Dating a woman with kids and stuff, whatever, I look at it as where I'm not expecting the father to, like, you know, be deceased.
Right.
But where's the grounds and stuff? 'Cause I feel like I don't want to violate.
Yeah.
I don't want to violate, but I don't want to be disrespected.
No.
Right? So, and like if I'm in love with his mother, he ain't gonna be disrespecting my woman in front of me.
Yeah.
So if it's some shit like, oh, did you hear this shit, mom? Like, man, hold the fuck up, man. Let me yell at my damn woman or whatever. Oh, you're not your kid. Yeah, like, fuck it then. Let him choke you out. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I would step up. I understand that said child will still have father.
Yeah.
But I won't try to do anything to violate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think certain things and stuff that could be discussion should be discussed about early enough.
Yeah.
Within relationships of, like, you know, parameters and certain things opening up in the relationship. Like, okay, because some people they protect their kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to be like, you know, I'm not gonna bring my kid around this person till like set time, and then be like, all right, well, now we're not interacting and everything. And be like, hey, do I always say, hey, babe, get your son, he acting a fool? Or they would be like, be a man. You have to be firm with him. Like, all right, come here. Let me black that out real quick. So that part.
I remember in my 20s, I used to date this girl. So in my 20s, between 19 and my early 20s, and she had a son. And I actually knew her baby father. And it's like, I didn't know that he was her baby father at the time of me meeting her and talking to her and stuff like that. But when we were talking and she said, yeah, she let me know who he is. And I was like, yeah, like I know, dude, right? And son was like, I wouldn't say like a baby, but maybe 3, 4. You know, kids at that age, they're friendly. As long as you're good to them, they're good to you. So he took a liking to me. The son took a liking to me, which I thought was cool. But at the same time, I felt kind of weird because
This ain't yours?
Not only the fact that it's not mine, but I don't know how long I'm gonna be around.
Oh, so this is just a ting to you?
In my mind, right? It could grow to be something more. It could not. But I'm like, yo, I don't want little man to invest his feelings in me, and then I bounce, right? I mean, like, he might be looking at me like, yo, like I don't know. I'm not gonna say the father didn't play a role, because there's times when I seen the father come in and pick his seat up, and like I said, it felt weird because I know, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you smashed her, you had a baby, now I'm smashing her. You know what I mean? It's like it just felt weird, and I was like, it's just one of those dynamics where I don't know, but I'm guessing if I met, you know, I met the wife, or, you know, I met the woman, and she's already had a child. If I see myself with a future with that wife, or a future with that woman, to make her, at some point, make her a wife, then I gotta be willing to treat the child as my own. Yeah, I just look at it that way.
I feel like that's part of the whole building aspect.
Yeah.
Right? I think you can't treat, like, she loves this child.
Right.
You should love everything about her.
Right. Right.
This is part of her.
Yeah.
But like I said, like, play your position. Play your position and stuff from your side, and everybody should play their position.
Yeah.
So look at it, stuff like the kids should know for a fact, like, yes, I have a real dad, or I have my own father and stuff like that. But here's somebody and stuff that's here and I should respect. And, you know, in any case, he might be here if other person or real dad can't be here.
Yeah.
And everything. Mom should play a position and stuff to know for a fact that like some boundaries and everything has to be set and everything. I knew a dude, his mom like remarried and everything. And he's calling his stepfather uncle. And it was so weird when I heard him say it. He's like, uncle. I'm like, yo, your uncle smashing your mom though? He's like, nah. He's just showing a sign of respect. I'm like, can't call him by his name. He's like, nah. I was like, call him dad too or some shit. He's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I was like, you don't think uncle was called this weird?
Yeah. Just like, I was like, call him by his name.
Yeah, I'm like, just call him by his name or something like that. Because I'm like, he's there. And he stepped up.
Yeah.
And they're like, is he ill-treating you? Is he treating you a type of way? You know what I'm saying? Make you feel... No. Like, okay, so I don't know what the fuck is the problem, but...
Yeah.
He was being... I don't want to say disobedient, but I want to say he was being... Like, I think, say, one time when I was there, stepfather came in, and when steppops came in and stuff like that, he's like, oh, yo, your school has... When's your school has open house? Who cares? You're not my dad. I was like, he cares to ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, all right, fuck it. Do you. It's not my world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get to the last question. Last question comes from Cyrax88. What's an item that people use that some people think is useless?
I'm gonna have to go with potato peeler.
I know. You're evil ass. Yeah. Why? Why the fuck you think a potato peeler?
Oh man, I can use just a regular knife and peel, eh?
I think you're more likely to fuck your hand up
You
and
think
stuff.
so?
Yeah, I'm thinking. 'Cause I've used a knife. Put it like this. I've used a knife to peel a potato before, right?
Yeah.
Not like carving like an apple, like peeling the apple skin and stuff with her.
Right.
But I feel like you cut off a good portion of the potato you could have saved with a peeler.
This is true. I think my mom had a potato peeler back in the day. I think I used that thing like maybe once or twice. I think I actually might have cut my finger with a potato peeler. Maybe that might be the reason.
Trauma?
It might be trauma filled.
Is this your trauma response?
This might be trauma filled.
Would you like to have a Dr. Phil moment off camera? Or for the
potato
Patreon?
peelers. Damn you.
Sage and crystals. Those are the most...
and crystals.
Pick a religion, stick to that. You won't need neither one of those fucking things. Astrology, it's not a fucking religion.
No, it's not.
And I still don't know what the fuck crystals do. Crystals to me just look pretty. Replacement diamonds.
It's true.
When I hear healing crystals, how many crystals you know heal people?
I don't know. But they do transmit frequencies though.
This is the end of the last podcast. I don't know what the fuck wrong with this guy over here. Look at this guy.
They do. They transmit frequencies.
I ain't fucking with it. You like crystal? You like crystal people?
They're used in radios.
Wait, your wife have crystals?
No, she's not a crystalline.
She's not a what?
A crystalline.
Crystal. I thought you said Crystal Light, like the drink. That's the only crystals I might fuck with. All right, man. We are here.
We're here.
Finally. Let's wrap up with the So Say the Sons. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So Say the Sons this week says, communication is the key, but you need comprehension to turn it.
So Say the Sons. Okay, I like that.
Everybody can talk and communicate exactly, but the thing is that you might be able to talk to me about something 5 times over. The key is, do I comprehend what the fuck you're saying? If I comprehended it the first time, you wouldn't need the other 4 times.
No.
But if you said it 3 times, then I got it on the 4th time and stuff, clearly it was a comprehension type of thing. And I think a lot of parents and stuff should take that into consideration and stuff as well when they're explaining some things to their kids.
Yeah.
Because I think the kid does not comprehend. This is the reason why you have to iterate over and over and over again to somebody. Because I think once they comprehend it, it'll probably just fall through after that.
Yeah.
Comprende?
I agree.
Yes, we are here at the end, my friends.
We are here.
Good. So, ask the sons questions.
Thank y'all.
Keep them coming. Thank you. And once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love.
Peace.
Deuces.
Pummeled.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.